Hi there, so today we're going to be looking at the fourth part of this. So previously we got this app working, we have a few fruits here, and it's essentially in a table. I'm going to move the phone out of here. What I'm going to show you in this video is how to reuse a cell and how to just make things significantly more efficient. Essentially here what we're doing is instead of creating a cell from scratch every single time, which is right here, we're going to be reusing a cell. Just to make it more efficient. This is especially useful if you have a huge table view with a lot of entries. Okay, so how do we do this? So first thing you want to do is you want to go to main.storyboard, and then you want to add a cell here. There's no cells. We want to add a prototype cell. Well, there's a few ways we could do this. First of all, we have to select the table, and then you want to go to the attributes inspector and keep this as dynamic prototype and change 0 for prototype cells to 1. And then we've created a prototype cell. And in fact, you should see it right here, prototype cell, right? If I go ahead and get rid of this, that will disappear. So I could go ahead and add one prototype cell. I just want to show you another way of doing it. So I'm going to go ahead and delete the cell. Another way of doing it is you could actually go to the object library and you could select a cell from here. And you could actually drag it on here, and we've essentially done the same thing. We've added a prototype cell. So either one doesn't matter. It'll work both ways. So I'm going to go back here and just add a prototype cell because that's the way I like it. Click on the cell here. So you'd have to expand this right here. Click on the cell and under reuse identifier. So here we're telling it, listen, this is a prototype cell and we're going to reuse it over and over and over again. That's the efficient piece here, right? So you want to call this anything you want. Most people just call it cell, but you have to remember exactly what you're going to call it. I'm going to call it my cool cell, okay? And when I type it in code, it has to look exactly like this because this is a string, okay? So we're almost done. If I go back to viewcontroller.swift, all I'm going to do now is take this thing right here, which I've created a constant called my cell, and I've created a brand new cell from scratch. I'm going to type here is TableView dot DQ reusable cell. There's two right here. One is with identifier string, one with identifier for index path. We're going to be using the second one here. Essentially this one, well, not to go into too much detail, but essentially the second one will give you an error if you mistyped or you didn't type anything in the identifier. So I think it's safer. So I'm going to go ahead and click return to choose that. And then for string, I have to type in exactly what my name was for the identifier. So if you recall, it's my _m cool with a uppercase C and cell. And for index path, I'm just going to type index path. All right, perfect. Now if I go ahead and rebuild the app, it should look the same as before, except what you don't see here is that this is significantly much more efficient. Highly recommend you do this method as opposed to the previous method. I know it might be like a few characters longer, but it'll literally take you an extra 2 or 3 seconds to do, but it's significantly more efficient and it's proper industry standards. All right, thank you for watching.